Last year in Denver, the wheel on my cheap carry-on snapped just as I was sprinting for a connection. I ended up dragging a lopsided plastic box across the terminal, missing my flight by 2 minutes. Choosing the right carry-on is a minefield of flimsy zippers, stuck wheels, and deceptive dimensions. I've spent the last 6 months relentlessly testing the most popular carry-on luggage on the market, so you don't have to suffer the same fate. Today, I'm ranking the top 7 options from worst to best, and our number 1 spot might genuinely surprise you. 7. Sweetcrispy SWZZT-2LG-20BK. When I first pulled this out of the box, I wanted to love it because of its incredibly approachable price point and minimalist design. It looks great from a distance, featuring a textured hardshell that promises to ward off scuffs. I decided to take it on a quick weekend trip to Chicago, packing my standard loadout of 3 days worth of clothes, a toiletry bag, and a couple of spare pairs of shoes. Unfortunately, the moment I started putting pressure on the outer shell, I noticed an unsettling amount of flex that immediately made me question its long-term durability. The material used here is an ABS plastic, which is common in budget luggage, but this particular blend feels brittle. During my testing, the suitcase took a minor tumble from the back of an Uber, and while it didn't shatter, a noticeable white stress mark appeared right on the corner. Furthermore, the zippers are aggressively uncooperative. I found myself wrestling with the main compartment zipper every time I tried around the corners, which is incredibly frustrating when you are trying to quickly grab a jacket out of your bag at the boarding gate. It feels like you are one forceful tug away from bursting the seams entirely. Moving down to the wheels, the Sweetcrispy offers a standard 4-wheel spinner setup. On the smooth, polished linoleum of the airport concourse, it glides reasonably well and keeps up with a brisk walking pace. However, the second I transitioned onto the textured carpet near the departure gates, the wheels practically surrendered. I had to tilt it back and drag it like a traditional two-wheeler, completely defeating the purpose of buying a spinner in the first place. 6. Light Flight LF41050034N. This model promises a step up in organizational features and boasts a lightweight profile that appeals to travelers looking to avoid strict airline weight limits. Aesthetically, it has a slightly more premium vibe than the Sweetcrispy, with a matte finish and a sleek front profile. I took this bag on a 4-day business trip to Austin, hoping the promised lightweight agility would make navigating crowded transit hubs an absolute breeze. While it is genuinely very light when empty, that weight saving comes at the cost of structural integrity. One of the main selling points of this bag is its layout, but it ended up being one of my biggest gripes during testing. The internal compartments are strangely proportioned. The zipper divider side lacks any real depth, meaning you are forced to cram the vast majority of your bulky items into the strap side. When fully loaded, I noticed the entire frame of the suitcase began to warp slightly under the tension. To make matters worse, the exterior shell scratches incredibly easily. After just one trip going through the standard TSA security bins, the front face looked like it had been dragged across a gravel driveway, completely ruining that initial premium look. The handle mechanism on the Light Flight is another area where I encountered significant friction during my tests. The push-button release is stiff, requiring an awkward amount of thumb pressure to engage, and extending the handle to its maximum height feels like a gamble every time. It catches on its way up, and once fully extended, there's a distracting amount of sway. If you happen to rest a moderately heavy backpack or briefcase on top of it, the handle bows backward under the weight, making it incredibly awkward to steer through tight crowds. 5. BAGSMART BM01050006N. BAGSMART is widely known for their excellent packing cubes and soft travel accessories, so I was incredibly curious to see how they handled hardshell luggage. I brought this bag along for a demanding week-long road trip combined with a domestic flight, and I was pleasantly surprised by the immediate jump in overall build quality. It presents a clean, ribbed exterior that not only looks incredibly sophisticated, but also smartly adds structural rigidity to the polycarbonate shell. What really impressed me during my testing was the attention to detail on the touch points. The top and side grab handles have a soft, rubberized undergrip that makes hefting the bag into a tight overhead been surprisingly comfortable. The polycarbonate material is notably more resilient than the previous entries on this list. I intentionally bumped it into a few door frames and let it bounce around in the trunk of the car, and it emerged completely unbothered, with no visible scuffs or dents. It feels like a piece of luggage that actually respects your investment and is built to withstand the rigors of modern travel. The wheel performance on the BAGSMART is wonderfully smooth. They have utilized a double spinner wheel design that provides excellent stability, even when the bag is packed to its absolute maximum capacity. I found myself effortlessly gliding it alongside me with just 2 fingers, moving from carpeted hotel hallways to tiled lobbies without any noticeable drag. The telescopic handle is also a massive improvement. It locks into place with a satisfying, reassuring click and remains sturdy even when navigating sharp corners or weaving through a chaotic security line. For Coolife Expandable Suitcase. I have put this bag through the absolute ringer over the past few months, taking it on planes, trains, and even a slightly muddy camping trip just to see where its limits lie. Constructed from a highly durable blend of PC and ABS materials, it strikes a brilliant balance between the lightweight flexibility of ABS and the impact resistance of pure polycarbonate. The standout feature of this Coolife model, and the reason it scores so highly, is its incredibly functional expansion system. By unzipping a secondary perimeter zipper, the bag instantly grants you an extra 15% of packing volume. During a trip to New York, I ended up buying way more souvenirs and bulky sweaters than I had originally planned for. I simply unzipped the expansion gusset, and everything fit perfectly without requiring me to sit on the suitcase to get it closed. It's a lifesaver feature that transforms this bag into a versatile tool for unpredictable travel itineraries. Maneuverability is exceptionally strong with this luggage. The spinner wheels are noticeably oversized compared to standard carry-ons, giving it a much higher clearance. This design choice became incredibly apparent when I had to roll it over cobblestone streets and uneven brick pathways. Where smaller wheels would get stuck in the grooves, the Coolife powered right through without jarring my arm. The aluminum telescopic handle features a 3-step locking mechanism, easily accommodating travelers of different heights, and feels rock solid during aggressive pushes. Security and interior layout are also top-notch. It features a flush-mounted TSA-approved combination lock that feels incredibly secure and keeps the zipper pulls tucked safely out of the way to prevent snagging on conveyor belts. 3. Samsonite 78255-1041 Freeform Hardside Spinner. Samsonite is essentially travel royalty, and testing the Freeform immediately reminded me why they have held that crown for so long. The design is breathtakingly minimalist and futuristic, resembling something out of a sci-fi movie with its smooth curves and matte finish. I took this bag on a high-speed rail trip up the East Coast, and its incredibly slim profile made storing it in tight train compartments an absolute dream. The Freeform is constructed entirely from ultra-lightweight polypropylene, making it one of the absolute lightest hardshell carry-ons I have ever tested. When it arrived, the shipping box was so light, I genuinely thought they had sent me an empty package. Despite this feather-like weight, the shell is incredibly tough and features a brilliant degree of flex. When pressure is applied, it absorbs the shock by bending and then immediately snapping back to its original shape, virtually eliminating the risk of cracks during rough baggage handling. Pushing the Samsonite Freeform feels less like rolling a suitcase and more like gliding a puck across an air hockey table. The double spinner wheels are shockingly silent and offer a degree of frictionless movement that makes navigating vast airport terminals genuinely enjoyable. I found that even when the bag was heavily front-loaded with my laptop and tech gear, the wheels never caught or pulled to one side. The push-button handle is equally refined, sliding up and down with absolute precision and completely lacking the annoying wobble found in lower-tier models. The interior layout is masterful in its simplicity. Instead of overcomplicating things with too many pockets, Samsonite provides a massive, open main compartment with elastic cross ribbons that actually have the strength to compress your clothing. 2. Traveler's Choice TC09-157K22 Maxporter. From the moment I laid hands on this bag, it felt less like a piece of luggage and more like a tactical protective case. Constructed from 100% pure polycarbonate, the exterior features an aggressive, ribbed armor design. I subjected this bag to my most rigorous drop tests, tossing it down a flight of concrete stairs, and apart from a tiny, wipeable dust mark, it remained completely unscathed. What sets the Traveler's Choice apart from literally everything else on the market is its proprietary Cyclone spherical wheel system. Instead of standard wheels, it uses wide, ball-like spheres that provide an unbelievably low center of gravity. I tested this on thick hotel carpeting, cracked pavement, and wet tile, and the performance was absolutely mind-blowing. The spherical shape prevents the wheels from ever getting caught in cracks or snapping under heavy lateral pressure. It provides a ridiculously smooth, grounded rolling experience that makes 50 pounds feel like 10. The handle system is another engineering marvel. They utilize a patented T-Cruiser handle design, which is contoured to fit the natural shape of your palm. When you're rushing to a gate and pulling your luggage for 30 minutes straight, standard handles cause terrible hand fatigue. The T-Cruiser handle distributes the weight perfectly, allowing your hand and wrist to remain in a relaxed, natural position. It is one of those features that sounds like a gimmick until you actually use it, after which you wonder how you ever traveled without it. The storage capability here is simply massive. Because of the rugged exterior and efficient wheel placement, the interior cavity is shockingly deep, easily swallowing 4 days' worth of heavy winter clothing. 1. Travelpro 409186101 Platinum Elite. There's a very good reason why flight crews and airline pilots overwhelmingly choose Travelpro. It is quite simply the pinnacle of reliable travel gear. Unlike the hard shells on the rest of this list, the Platinum Elite is a soft side bag constructed from ultra-premium, high-density nylon with a Duragard coating. I dragged this bag through a literal rainstorm in Seattle, and the water beat it up and rolled right off, keeping my electronics completely dry. The rolling experience is unparalleled thanks to their precision glide system, which combines Magnetrac's self-aligning spinner wheels with a patented PowerScope extension handle. The wheels actually use powerful magnets to instantly align themselves in a straight line the second you push the bag forward. This completely eliminates the annoying drift and spinning you get with other luggages. The handle is built from airline-grade aluminum, minimizing wobble entirely, and features an incredibly comfortable contour grip with rubberized touch points. It feels like an extension of your own arm. Opening the Platinum Elite is like opening a portable, luxury closet. The interior is lined with incredibly soft, eco-friendly fabric, and the organization is unmatched. It features a deluxe internal tie-down system with easy-access accessory pockets integrated right into the straps. But the absolute game-changer is the drop-in, fold-out suitor. I packed a tailored suit for a wedding, strapped it into the dedicated suitor compartment, and unpacked it 3 days later without a single visible wrinkle. It eliminates the need for a separate garment bag completely. Finally, what solidifies the Travelpro Platinum Elite as the undisputed champion is the peace of mind it offers. It features a dedicated exterior pocket for a power bank connected to an external USB port and premium leather accents that elevate the aesthetic to first-class status. Ultra. That's all for today.